It is not only bus operators who are protesting against the fuel price hike. Fishermen in several areas carried out demonstrations today calling for an immediate reduction in fuel prices.
Fishermen from several surrounding areas joined the demonstration, which took place at the Chilao town centre. Our reporter said all institutions and stores in Chilao were closed as a result of the demonstration. The Chilao Colombo, Chilao Putlam, Chilao Kurunegala and all coastal roads in Chilao were blocked as a result of the demonstration. Fishermen from all sectors, including small-scale fishermen and fishermen working on multi-day trawlers, participated in this mass protest.
We don't need concessions. Please reduce the fuel price.
Fishermen from Maharava, Maravilla also engaged in a demonstration on the Colombo-Chilao main road. A group of fishermen in Ultiyava, Vennapu also engaged in a demonstration this morning against the fuel price hike. This demonstration was staged opposite the main bus stop in Vennapu. The fishermen who brought a boat with them to the Vennapu town subsequently set it alight. Minister Milroy Fernando arrived at the location to hold discussions with the protesters.
I am also against the fuel price hike. There is nothing that can be done. Don't go out to sea.
Meanwhile, fishermen from various fishing villages around Nigambo carried out demonstrations in several areas today. A reporter stated that fishermen from Valvidya, Kudapadua and Periyamulla participated in these demonstrations. The demonstrators closed off the Colombo-Chilao road in Periyamulla, Nigambo. The demonstrators used boats to block the road. A reporter said that as a result, vehicles travelling to the Bandaranaike International Airport were also held up. The fishermen did not disperse despite several politicians arriving and holding discussions with them. Meanwhile, issuing a release, the Archbishop of Colombo, His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit, stated that fishermen have been made to face a serious problem due to the fuel price hike. He stated that attention must be paid to this and steps must be taken immediately to provide the fuel subsidy for fishermen. The Cardinal has called for a fair and simple mechanism to be speedily implemented in order to provide fuel subsidies to all fishermen.
Several farmers' organizations also engaged in demonstrations today to protest against the fuel price hike.
A demonstration organized by farmers' associations, including the Girivapathua Joint Farmers Association, based on several factors including the fuel price hike, was conducted in Ambalanthora today. Demonstrators said farmers who have been denied their pensions have fallen from the frying pan into the fire through the fuel price hike. Meanwhile, another demonstration against the fuel price hike took place in Anuradhapura this afternoon. This demonstration was organized by the Janata Vimukti Peramuna. Close to 45,000 vehicle owners who provide school transport services are also protesting against the fuel price hike. The chairman of the School Transport Association, Malshwi De Silva, stated that the burden of the losses incurred through the fuel price hike cannot be placed upon parents who have already been weighed down by the cost of living. It is because of the children that we have not withdrawn from service, and we are asking for a solution as soon as possible. The chairman of the Rental Vehicle Suppliers Association, Kasun Jatunga, stated that close to 200 vehicle rental companies across the island will soon have to quit the industry as a result of the latest fuel price hike. Cab services have been seriously affected. If we increase prices, then the people will reject us and we will be helpless. Three-wheeler drivers state that they are also facing problems due to the fuel price hike. There was nothing we could do with the sudden increase. The number of hires also suddenly reduced. It is difficult to continue. After this increase, next the gas prices will increase and then the electricity bill will increase. We don't have other jobs either. All we can do is set fire to these three-wheelers and throw them away. Those engaged in the tourism trade have also been affected by the fuel price hike. Some of our vehicles consume a litre of diesel per 2 kilometers. Because of the diesel prices, we are unable to continue this business. Container transporters have been severely affected by the fuel price hike.
committee meeting
At the committee meeting, we discussed several factors and the increase in prices, and we decided to increase transport charges by 26%.
අද සිට 126කින් ඉහළ නැංවීමට
United National Party Gampha District Parliamentarian Karujai Surya states that with the latest increase in fuel prices, Sri Lanka now has the highest fuel price in the South Asian region. Issuing a release, MP Jayasuriya states that this has made people see stars even during daytime.
Parliamentarian Karu Jayasuriya states that the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation is among the biggest drains on the economy because no matter how much fuel prices are increased, the institution never seems to be able to turn a profit. MP Jayasuriya points out that recent revelations indicate that the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation has failed to recover debts from various state institutions, adding that this situation has arisen due to wastage, inefficiency and favoritism. He points out that the government, which sent a plane load of people as their bid team for the 2018 Commonwealth Games, returned home empty-handed, adding that the government sends excessively large groups for various foreign tours, summits, international conferences and workshops. Jayasuriya says that the government has forgotten that it is the people who are having to pay for all this wastage. Furthermore, MP Jayasuriya notes that the country has fallen to a level where more loans are being obtained to pay interest on existing loans, adding that the majority of people have been made to hold on the tail of many a white elephant. The release issued by MP Karu Jayasuriya questions how much longer an opposition can stay silent in the face of such extravagance, adding that time has come to act with prudence. Meanwhile, issuing a communique, the Intercompany Employees Union says that with the increase in fuel prices, the cost of living will also increase. The chairman of the ICEU states that despite this, salaries have not been increased. The Intercompany Employees Union states that they object to the increase in fuel prices when there has been no attempt to deal with the rising cost of goods. Issuing a release, the National Trade Union Centre states that the working public have been thrown from the frying pan into the fire due to the fuel price hike. The release signed by the convener of the NTUC, Samantha Korale Arachi, reads that the effect on the people who are already weighed down by the burdens that are continuously piled on them cannot be measured.
Leader of the United National Party, Ranil Wickremesinghe, has requested the Prime Minister to immediately reconvene Parliament to discuss the crisis that has unfolded with the increase in fuel prices. A letter containing this request was handed over to the Prime Minister this evening.
A group including UNP General Secretary Tisatha Nayaka and Parliamentarian Ravikana Nayaka handed over the letter on behalf of the UNP leader to the Prime Minister's office.
The leader of the opposition has just signed a letter to the Prime Minister calling under Section 14 immediate calling of the Parliament. The reason being is the unfair increase of prices of petrol. We have been able to demonstrate that if we were United National Party was in government today, that we will be able to sell petrol at 110, kerosene oil at 89 and diesel at 99. This is the ability of efficient, clean government. Unfortunately, this inefficient, incompetent, corrupt government has been, under the dictates of IMF, is basically increasing prices at whims and fancies of their call. This particular moment when we are trying to reduce the prices, the government is increases the price of petrol, diesel and kerosene and also increase the price of transport by 20%. So how can people afford to live? The National Party is always there to protect the people. We call upon the Prime Minister to ensure that you consult the government and ensure the Parliament is summoned on Wednesday itself.
You're with News First, taking a look at other local stories now. A MiG-27 fighter jet of the Sri Lanka Air Force crashed in the Maravilla area this afternoon. Air Force spokesperson Group Captain Andrew Vijayasuriya stated that the pilot of the fighter jet had safely ejected.
The fighter jet, which crashed during training, belonged to the 12th Squadron of the Air Force based in Katunayaka. Air Force spokesperson Group Captain Andrew Vijayasuriya stated that the MiG-27 fighter jet crashed at around 1:36 this afternoon in the Maravilla area, 17 nautical miles off Katunayaka. The jet crashed into a coconut plantation located in the Mipur area in Maravilla. Although fire had erupted, no one was hurt.
MiG-27 belonging to the Sri Lanka Air Force on a routine training mission. The pilot was compelled to execute a controlled ejection due to reasons, and the aircraft crashed into a coconut estate and the pilot landed safely by means of his parachute. There was no damages to property nor life on ground.
The Air Force spokesperson stated that a 5-member committee headed by Air Commander D.L. Dias has been appointed to conduct investigations into the incident. The MiG-27 fighter jet, which weighs 18.1 tons, is 17 meters in length. It is a fighter jet that could identify and attack enemy targets on land and sea. The jet was first introduced by Russia in the 1970s.